Hello, everybody. Anime Reflux. Casey's a dumbass who doesn't remember how he's supposed to go. So,
He doesn't seem to understand a rhetorical question is different from a regular question.
yeah, he's bad at things sometimes. It's like usually I come into this like just woken up, but today it's like right at the end of my day. It's really weird. Like it's completely backwards to my sensibilities. So, Beelzebub was the anime that we had to do this week. I say had to do. This seemed way better than the first time I watched it.
You're in a
It
different
was,
state of mind.
I guess.
Considering the crap we've been watching in this reflux, this
Yeah,
yeah.
that probably.
But
The only thing about it that bothered me was the focus on repetitive everything. Like the first half of the episode was just the baby shocks them, and that was the joke. Which,
But the
I mean,
baby
that bothers some
was
people,
very
but-
cute and made some very cute baby noises.
It
So it's all
was.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I hated the baby. The baby. I hated the baby. I hated the baby the first time I watched this, and this time, no, it's adorable. Weirdly, I
Don't be
don't.
such a baby. Uh, so you were watching Beelzebub, which is this as a manga. I remember hearing it got canceled at like 400 chapters or something.
Damn.
I never stuck with it the whole way through, but I did read the manga for a long time.
Yeah, they had an idea of what Beelzebub could be, and that was, hey, you remember those cash cows that we have? Let's make another one of those. Let's make this series that isn't really one of those into one of those. Because technically we could do that. And it worked for a while, I guess.
Yeah, if you watch the anime, you can tell when they started doing that without even reading the manga.
Yeah. It's. Hmm.
What about it gave it away? It was just the quality of the episodes and stuff, the animation or something go bad, or
It wasn't the quality of the
It,
episodes,
it,
like the
it's the style. Originally, it was a gag series, and then it suddenly became, oh, villains have shown up, and we need to fight them, so we need to train to be.
yeah.
You know the deal. Yeah.
They turned it. They tried to turn it into a standard shonen, and that is not what this was supposed to be.
No. Like, as what it is, this is a really good comedy show.
It's a good comedy show. It doesn't need to become the battle shonen that it later became.
Makes me sad. Anyway, so, premise. There is a dude. He is a delinquent. He's kind of a badass. Everyone is kind of scared of him.
Oh god.
But because he's kind of a badass, that means all the other badasses kind of want to just take a piece of him. And it opens with the badass being badass in front of a bunch of dudes, and they're all scared of him and cowering. And then there's a strong guy that shows up, and it's like this one super badass is like everyone thinks he's sweating, but nope, it turns out there's a baby on his head and it's pissing on him. Which, yeah, okay. I'll give that joke a pass. They actually did that. I'm not sure why I'm giving that a pass. It's pretty standard as a setup, but they just tweak it in such a way as it almost seems original. So, But yeah, it turns out this one dude, and he tells the story in a flashback, legendary tale of folk tale sort of style to his friend, that he was by a river one day and he beat the crap out of some dudes, and he was so magnanimous in victory that he only asked them to beg for their lives. And then it turned out there was a strange man floating in the river, and all the other dudes that were like beaten and broken just kind of ran away. And the one badass dude his name's Ogre, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He, in his magnanimity, decides to help the guy out of the river, which he does, and then splits him in half.
He basically splits in half on his own, but
Yeah. Ogre says he does it because that's he knows how to sell a rap. So
don't break kayfabe.
yeah, basically. And inside was a baby, and he's freaked out by the baby, and the strange man just sort of pulls himself together and then disappears. So Ogre's left with this baby. He's like, okay, funny faces, and he looks like a monster, and then he talks shit to the baby, and the baby is just loving it and is just eternally amused by it. So it becomes physically attached. And that's basically the rest of the episode, is him trying to separate himself from the baby.
But like, it's just hilarious because every time he is evil or
A piece of
angry, the baby loves it because the baby's a demon
Yeah.
and becomes more attached to him.
Yeah, and every time someone does something to try and separate the baby from the dude, it gets mad and shocks everyone.
What was that one anime? I can't remember the name of it. The one with the mobster baby, and it was all like mobster families.
What?
There's one anime. I'm blanking on the name.
Reborn? Katekyo Hitman Reborn? Yeah.
Hitman Reborn. See, that started with a similar kind of comedy approach,
It did.
but then turned into really like hard battle shonen.
Yeah, that's actually... It's basically an inversion of this, because it started as, like, you know, a gag manga, and it was not very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But then they transitioned into being a battle series, and it was actually okay as a battle series for a while.
Yeah.
Like, the Zanza stuff was cool. I watched the entirety of Hitman Reborn, by the way.
I read the entirety of the manga.
It was a mistake by, like, halfway through, right? It's a lot of wasted time.
But
Yeah,
it's Hitman Reborn and Beelzebub occupy kind of the same space in my head in terms of like those are shonen anime that were good but didn't end up really going anywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the staying power of like a Bleach or a a Naruto, even if Naruto does have some really bad parts to it. It is
Bleach doesn't. We're just ignoring Bleach's bad parts.
Bleach. Yeah. I was also going to go into Bleach, but like I don't. Bleach should have ended with Aizen. We've already said that millions of times.
We have like a full year's worth of material on that back if you look in the archives of the show.
We do. So like,
like the thing with shonen series that work and shonen series that don't, it tends to be down to one thing, is that they don't have a unifying theme, and that tends to be why they don't work. Like, Hitman Reborn, this is getting a little bit general, but Hitman Reborn, they transition to a battle series without really establishing why the characters are really that determined to fight. They just kind of do. And this series... I mean, things show up and want to hurt the baby, I guess, but that's pretty much it from what I remember.
There's an anime manga, Hayate the Combat Butler, and in that, from what I read of it, the main character is absurdly strong and good at a lot of things, but that's put to use for humor. In terms of like fights happen, and they're not really given as much way to say a battle shonen.
Yeah, like
because that's not the point of the entire show, and that's something that this show could have done. Use the fights for comedic effect, and kind of make them over the top. But instead, this show does go very hard shonen.
Yeah. Which is a shame. But, yeah. So they keep trying to separate the baby from the dude, and eventually, hot blonde lady shows up in a maid outfit, and she tries to take the baby, and it doesn't want to go because it likes Olga so much. Olga. Oh.
Yeah, get it?
Yeah. Yeah. Baby likes him so much it doesn't want to leave because, you know. And blonde lady named Hildegard, she decides, okay, I'm going to fucking kill you then. So just points a sword at him and cuts his cheek a little bit, and the blood lands on the baby, and the baby doesn't like it. Like at all. And gets really mad. I forget what happened after that.
I will say the baby in this series is very expressive, and that's better than just being a, I don't know. It kind of is a walking plot device, but it's not as bad as it could.
It's very expressive despite not having a visible mouth, which is...
That's true.
Good show. Good job. That's what I mean. Not good shows and the show is good. Though it is.
It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. And Olga manages to calm the baby down, and then a metal structure is about to fall on the baby, and Olga tries to shield the baby, and somehow they share power or something, and it stops it and smashes the thing before it can fall on them. Also, the baby's dad is basically just a neat kind of guy, just constantly playing on video games. Well, it gives that impression of that's what the character's like, but it also says he has all of these important things to do, so I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, so Hildegard is like, oh yeah, okay, you can hang out with the baby, that's fine. And stuff. That's pretty much where the episode ends. So, this is a good show.
It's not bad. I don't know about you guys, but the repetition of the early half of the episode really kind of killed things for me. I just got bored. But the rest of the show wasn't bad. It's just I was already in a negative mindset about it, so it probably didn't hit as well as it probably should have.
This show is, in terms of quality, it's not the best thing we've ever seen. You know, it is good. Like that's where it sits in my mind of this was good. It was not bad. I didn't find it boring. Especially considering the stuff that we've seen on this series that we're doing of every single random thing. But it was good, and I did enjoy it.
Yeah. Like, I get what you mean, Slicer, about the shocking being just a regular gag and just kind of a little overused. What carried it for me during the first half was basically the, you know, straight man, funny man routine between Olga and I've forgotten his name.
I did like the interaction between those two quite a bit. It was very nice.
That was pretty good. And the dialogue between them pretty much just carried that first half of the episode for me. So
yeah. And honestly, the shocking probably wouldn't be too bad if I wasn't already sick of it from Pokemon. Like, that was the entire first, 10 episodes of Pokemon was, oh, Pikachu shocks Ash. Funny. At least that's what I remember anyway.
I think that was the first 2 episodes, actually.
Yeah, that was like the first 2 episodes. It ended once he saved her from the swarm.
Yeah. And then they're friends. And then Pikachu has a heartwarming conversation with Caterpie under the moon. It's really sweet. Anyway.
Those Caterpie noises need to die.
It
Just
was good
reminded me.
though.
You just reminded me of those fucking noises again with that scene. I was like, huh, he's really gonna think about that scene. Oh god, those Caterpie noises. Thanks for that. Thanks. I think that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why I never actually tried to raise a Caterpie into a Butterfree, because that fucking scene right there and those noises. Thanks, Pokemon anime.
Alright, so any other thoughts? Ken, what did you think of the show?
The first episode never bothered me at all. The show clicked with me clearly because I watched like 2 seasons of it until it started going full on battle.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy the show because the entire first like 10 to 15 episodes is Oga being a piece of shit and trying to get rid of the baby by pawning it off on other pieces of shit. But it turns out there's no one worse than him to actually give it to.
Yeah.
There's no one stronger or worse than him to actually give the baby to, so he's stuck with it, which it was just great. Every week seeing every episode seeing how this would fail or possibly backfire. So if you like the comedy aspect of this show, I would recommend you watch up until they get through the delinquents in his school. Because then after that it turns battly.
There's the point where he starts to channel Beelzebub's power through him and gain things and stuff.
Yeah, basically, I mean, I just say what usually you should probably say for a show is watch it until you get bored and then just kind of stop. Like, there is a point where this one in particular just has, like, there's a point where you might start losing interest, and you can pretty safely say you're not going to get it back in this one. If it starts to bore you, it's not going to start getting interesting again.
It's like
Does that make sense?
the way this show developed, it was like, what's a good comparison? It's like back in the 80s when like there was a burger place, and all of a sudden this burger place started to make chicken. And you're like, why are you making chicken, burger place? You're a burger place. Keep making burgers. And they're like, no, we're going to make burgers and chicken, and it's going to be great. And no.
It was not great.
But that's just McDonald's, and they're one of the most successful restaurant chains in existence.
No.
No?
No. Don't mess up what I'm going for here.
Okay, if you say so.
I have a point. I made a point. It was a damn good one.
Alright. So, we should roll?
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let's get the fucking list, because I didn't prepare it because I forgot. Oh yeah, Patient's not here for this week. So, the fuck's his name right now?
Patient's busy handling money.
He is. He changed his name for the fucking Halloween, I think. So, it's a little harder to find. Okay. Most recent list. Schwiggity-bee.
Does
Okay.
that mean go?
You gonna roll the thing?
Oh, I was waiting for a cue. All right. Magic number 23.
That is W? No. X. I think it's X. Yeah,
There's not much left in here.
there's no Q, so it's X. Yeah. So,
There's not much left in here.
there isn't. I'm going to say it's 36, and if it's something we've already done, then we'll just skip it.
36.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see 36 in this category.
Some of these are from other sites that might have them.
All right. You got the list. I don't. All right. Please realize that you're probably going to post a link to whatever these are because I only have like 20 something in here, if that. 7.
Mm-hmm. Number 7. I'm an idiot. You're right, there aren't 36 in X. There are 36 in the X column, but the X column is Y. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but there aren't 9 because we've already done Triple X Holic, we've already done Jellin Showdown, we've already done Zomd.
Yeah, because I'll never forget that stupid name.
Xenosaga, I think we did too. X. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4.
And they're all X-Men. All right, let's. 1.
X-Maiden.
That
We've also done porny.
We've also done XTV.
We have, yes. That I counted that one.
X-Maiden, you said?
Yep, it is a single episode, which is not a good sign.
Hold on, I'm checking it now.
The runtime is 11 minutes.
I don't even think it's okay. It's not even subbed because it's raw.
It's an ONA with a duration of 11 minutes per episode.
Yeah, we're not doing that. All right, roll again. 3.
Dude, can we just call this one beat and get rid of X?
I mean, I don't know whether the other two are actually any good.
Keep rolling. We have to.
No,
fine.
X-Men. We haven't done X-Men yet.
3. But I've already seen all of X-Men.
We still haven't done X-Men, apparently. So 3 is Shui Se Chang Dong.
How do you spell that?
Chong. Sorry.
I have no idea what this is. All right, let's find out if this is actually usable.
There we go. This one has episodes. I don't know whether it has a sub or anything, but someone's going to have to check it.
It does have a sub, and they are 22 minutes long.
Lee Min-yun was originally an ordinary office worker. Because of a strange QR code, he was trapped in a killing city. Here, everyone is forced to participate in a survival game that's going to kill or be killed. In the process of finding a way out of the city, the mastermind behind the whole incident surfaced step by step.
So it's Battle Royale.
The anime. Okay.
Well, it was released in 2017, apparently.
Yeah, and it looks to be a Chinese animation.
Oh, you mean Li Ming Yang didn't set you off on that one?
Okay.
Or Juesa.
I was
the
just
word that you can't pronounce because
Captain
none of us
Obvious
are.
observation. Don't mock me for my Captain Obvious observations.
Hang on, I'll see if I can find a.
You know full well you can't pronounce that word.
I can't. Pronunciation.
Good luck with that. Google doesn't work like that.
Well, like, the third Google result is the 25 words you should never use on the Chinese internet, so that's not a great sign. So,
the website you linked has no working versions of it that don't have viruses.
Hang on. It's hard for me to ask, hey, does anyone else want to check that, now that you've said that?
It looks like it's on YouTube.
Okay, we'll find a way.
We'll find something. Wouldn't be the first time we've had to go to different sites.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is 3D animated.
Yeah.
This is 3D. What? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Zero's gonna be a snob. All right. So
this is gonna be hilarious.
Jouer ce Tiang Chong.
Stop it. Your weeb powers don't extend that far.
I
Stop
have
it.
to fucking say the name of the thing. The idea is people watch the thing before we review it. That's the.
They're not gonna even know how to spell it based off how you said it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be. Shut up,
If
Kenji.
you were about to say it's gonna be in the description, then why did you bother?
It's not going to
saying
be
it?
in the description. It's going to be in the title of the video next week, so people can just look it up then.
Upon reading a review, here's what one of the reviews for this show says. After seeing the first 4 episodes of this Chinese CG anime, I can say that this is, without a doubt, the magnum opus of mediocrity.
After listening to that review of this Chinese CG anime, I can safely say that was someone trying very, very hard to sound intelligent. So...
Or Magnus opus, I don't know. Whatever. The anime looks like a poor man's Final Fantasy. The story has potential, but the way that it's executed is disappointing. And the characters are so bland that even a piece of paper is more interesting. Wow, that person really didn't like it.
Yeah, and that person really doesn't know how budgets work. If you can say poor man's Final Fantasy, well, no shit.
Yeah, of course. Final Fantasy 15,
it's hundreds of millions of dollar budget. Yeah, it's gonna look like a poor man's version of that.
Oh.
Okay, that's the thing we're doing. Bye, everybody.
God,
should I
you're
just spell it? Like, so people can actually find it?
Should we just what?
Spell it?
Like...
XUE space SE space CIANG space QIONG. There you go.
Bloody
Dash
code.
Blood code.
Sure.
Bloody code.
And there you go.
So, bye, everybody.
Bye.
God, you people.